So last week was a crazy week for our family, especially for Matty. He ended up getting his first house. Our dad drove his camper from New Jersey to Florida, drove it back to New Jersey, got in his truck and drove back to Florida, and then just drove back to New Jersey this morning, which is absolutely insane. So Matty had the biggest surprise last week with getting everything handled, but they actually had a surprise for me at the same time, which completely blew my mind. I don't know if you guys remembered or not, but I ended up getting a mid-school bike a long time ago with hopes of building it up. Well, behind the scenes, Matty and BK built this bike up for me, and this bike is pretty much everything that I wanted, and we're gonna show it off right now. Ladies and gentlemen, my mid-school bike is here. Oh,
check that bike out, dude.
It's unbelievable. You guys...
It came out so good.
I can't believe what you guys did with it, man. Do you remember, this bike was a blue frame. It looked like it was like spray painted. It probably was.
Yeah,
I don't think
bad.
It was powder coated.
Stickers all over it. Just looked like a mess of a bike.
This thing looks like it's brand new right now, man. And we're going to completely explain what Matty and BK did and how they ended up getting this all to come together. So, Matt, take it away. What do you want to talk about first here?
Well, the whole idea is when you went to Florida and this bike was sitting in a box in the bike shop and it was getting in the way. And I was like, guys, we need to get this bike done and it's going to Florida. We're going to surprise Scott. So immediately we got to work and we ended up hitting up Tim from Steadfast Powder Coating, a good friend of ours, and he got the forks and the frame black, and it came out absolutely perfect.
It's
made it look brand new, literally.
It looks like a factory paint job.
Yeah, exactly. So that already changed the bike, like, oh my God, so much. And then just piece by piece, the guys there started putting it all together, and I don't even know where to start with this thing.
Well, I think just one thing I couldn't believe that you got done was the fact you have genuine STA 500 standard stickers.
Brooklyn got that done. So shouts to Brooklyn. He called up Standard and they had a sticker kit and gave it to us, and like, I could not believe that. I thought we were gonna have to go like outsource, get them printed, some sort of like crazy scenario, but no, we have authentic Standard stickers on there.
Because the STA 500 was always a dream bike of mine. I absolutely loved this bike when I was younger. And I was about 13 at the time, you know, when I really wanted to get my hands on this bike. But this bike is beefy. It's a big, heavy bike, and they were a little bit longer than top tubes. I actually had a Standard Shaman, which was a 19 3/4 top tube. So it was small for me, but, well, like small, it fit perfectly for me. But the STA 500 was like my dream bike, and now I finally got one. But it doesn't stop there, man. Yeah. Besides having this awesome Standard STA 500, we're going to completely show off this whole bike right now. And I guess we'll just go right on to the front end right here. So right here is a pair of S&M ditch forks. What's so cool about these forks, you can see that in the side of the fork tubes, there's actually a spot where you can put the pegs on. And now the pegs are missing. We don't have any pegs on here. Now my dream pegs, if I was going to be able to get a pair of pegs, I would love to get a pair of Primo Stiffies. They are ridiculously long. They're like ribbed. It's insane. It really is like a crazy peg, and it would just be so cool to get a pair of those. So also, we'll just continue on with the front end here. You can see that there is a black Profile SS 48 spoke hub on it, because back in the day, it was anything that was bigger and stronger was better in BMX. So 48 spoke was definitely the thing to have. So I ended up having these Alex Super B wheels when I got the bike from my cousin's husband, Rich. You know, the one that actually gave me this frame. So we reused those wheels. When I say we, I mean Brooklyn, Matty. And
they look polished too. They like, I don't even remember them being that bright. They look really pristine too. So
it's a good looking wheel. It really is. So they do fit the time there, because it did come on the bike. Now we got this hub from Profile. Brooklyn ended up sorting it out, which is amazing.
Yeah, he got straight from Matt Copeland, which is awesome. And then got the wheels completely rebuilt with brand new spokes and everything. Like this wheel could last through any storm you put it through, you know, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it definitely could. Now we're going to work our way over to the tire. On the front is a Primo Dirt Monster tire. Matt, can you turn the handlebars for me real quick? You can see on the line right there, man, these things are aggressive. These were made for ripping set of trails. A beautiful tire. It was definitely the tire to have. Primo made like the best tires at that point. I feel like everybody had Primos. Now, if you can see here, you got the Dirt Monster badge that's on the side of it. Awesome tire, especially to have in the front. That was what you wanted. You wanted a street tire in the back, and you wanted a dirt tire in the front, and this was the one to have for sure. That was the move.
I got those straight off of like some random BMX website.
Did you really?
Like used off of some guy who's selling 2 used mid-school tires, and it was like the perfect setup knobby one in the front.
I guess we'll just
slicker
go
one
right
in
to the back then.
you
Yeah,
have
let's
to,
just
like,
go straight to the back.
And they're used tires, and like they fit this bike so perfectly. I had to get them, and the dude was stoked, by the way. He watches the channel, so he was
cool.
all hyped up. I told him, I was like, dude, this is gonna go on a sick bike, and he was hyped.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, shout out to him for keeping these things around. These are Primo, the wall tires. I used to ride this all the time. I'll tell you what, when you got a flat tire with these things, good luck getting this off the rim. It is a struggle, but such a cool tire. Both the tire setups are amazing. So we'll continue on with the front end. We're gonna work our way up slowly. And one of my favorite parts, if not my favorite part on this bike, is this headset right here. This is a solid needle bearing headset. Now the bearings actually shaped like needles, like cylinders that are in there. I've never seen a BMX headset have it besides solid, and I just thought it was the coolest thing when I was a kid. I used to run this headset and loved it. It's got a really cool tensioning bolt that's on the cap right there, which is very convenient. And yeah, Solid made such cool parts. I love that company so much. So the fact that I'm able to get my Solid headset on there, I am so proud of that thing. It's so great. And working our way up again, you could see the S&M redneck stem. This is a classic. You had to have this stem if you were living in the mid-school era. Like, it was just a must. And it's just a timeless signature stem, and everybody who knows it, you guys get excited every time you see it. Now this thing is polished up. It is looking amazing. Who did this one?
So our friend Matt ended up polishing up the stem and the cranks, and they came out like mirror.
They really did.
The sun shining on them, it kind of hurts my eyes right now.
It's
crazy.
Insane. Yeah. It looks really good. Yeah, huge shout out to Matt for making that thing look so good. Man, I can't believe that thing is over 20 years old.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for that,
Matt. A brick of metal.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, so we're gonna move on to the handlebars. And if you can see, the handlebars are definitely very small. Matt just did a measure on them. They are a pair of Kink Red Wing handlebars. So these are actually 7 inches high, about 7 inches high, and they're only 24 inches wide. When Matty puts his hands on there, look how close they are.
Like, this feels awkward.
Does it feel weird?
Oh, terrible.
That's how it used to be.
There's no leverage, you know, if you pedal.
Those were actually, like, looking at them, like, for the time, those are actually wide.
No.
You would usually put your grip, like, towards the
on the
edge
inside.
Yeah, so those are actually fairly wide, man.
Wow.
Yeah, but those definitely look the par. What's really cool is DEFCON 4 stickers on there. That was a local company. The guys that ran it, the guys that supported it, used to come to skate park, and it was just, I don't know, I just always thought it was so cool. I was, like, always wishing I had a DEFCON sticker. So
that's why we didn't do anything with the handlebars. It just looked
looks
too right, you know?
And then right here is Spearing Jocasta. We just checked out to see exactly who Spearing Jocasta was. Like, I had no idea what it was. I didn't know if it was some kind of like an old racist remark or something. So like me and Matty Googled it. And it turns out that this is an old hardcore band, and they actually sound pretty on point with where this bike is supposed to be ridden, man.
Picture the wall ride to tabletop.
Absolutely.
Like, in my head, just like old,
absolutely
one of those to that song.
Yeah, this bike should be ridden in a video part to that song. There's definitely. But yeah, definitely cool that we have those stickers on there. And working our way up, look at these grips. These are the worst grips ever. I hated these grips, but I'm so happy they're on this bike because they fit the time so well. These were the Easy Jive grips. These things felt miserable. They were just rock solid. They hurt your hands. I mean, I know you think that they're rock solid right now, Matt, but
no,
that's exactly how they came.
They definitely feel like they'd peel your hands. Like your grips don't sink, your hands don't sink into them by any means.
Not
like,
one bit, man.
It hurts for sure.
Yeah, so whoever actually wore into those,
man, kind of just feels like raw handlebar.
They did a hard job right there, which is impressive. Now on the ends of the grips is a pair of Peregrine metal bar ends, which definitely are exactly what's supposed to be on there. It used to be the bigger the better when it came to bar ends, and those are actually relatively small, all things considered. But yeah, moving on to the brake system. This is the brake lever right here. It's a Tech 99. That is definitely a brake lever that that could have been around back in the day.
It feels so
the other
good.
ones that I wish that were on there, like the Dirty Harry, that was a very popular one. The Tech 77 was my all-time favorite one. So, but the Tech 99 will absolutely do.
Yeah, that's a great feeling lever too. Still,
it does,
feels
right?
Awesome.
It does feel good.
The brakes feel so good.
Yeah, you guys did a fantastic job with it. So working our way down, we're gonna follow the brake system just because. Now right here is a newer Odyssey brake cable hanger. Nothing too special. Tektro brakes, you know, they do the job. Don't get me wrong, but I would like to get something that's a little bit more in the time frame. Like if I had to pick a pair of brakes, like I don't know, one of the old old Odyssey setups or one of the old Diacomps would be really nice on here. I'd be pretty excited about it, but you know, we'll keep our eyes open in the future. Now, looking down in the center part of the bike, right here we have a Standard Bike Company sprocket. This is a 43-tooth sprocket, so it's one smaller than it's supposed to be.
Crazy.
So I'm assuming it's going to be a 16 on the back. Is that true, Matt? It looks
Yeah, definitely.
It's absolutely
It's
huge. Absolutely huge.
Yeah,
on
some
there.
race gearing going on. This thing could go fast.
Yeah, I bet it can, man. You're going to be pedaling a lot. But the sprocket's huge, just like it's supposed to be. Now, since we're on to the drivetrain, we might as well talk about the hub. Right here is a Profile SS matching the front. But this time around, it's a 48 that we got from Vinny Menino. And yeah, it's a cassette, which is so cool to see. You know, usually it's just like a driver on there now, but this is a cassette. Oh, and it says 15 tooth. I can see it now.
Well,
yep,
wow.
it's a 15.
Even
so
crazier.
4315.
Wow.
So, all right, I'm glad that you moved it like that because that definitely
You're welcome.
makes a little bit more sense. But this thing looks so good, and like same exact wheel that we said that was on the front, looks fantastic. Now we're gonna talk about these cranks right here. Attached to the Standard Bike Company sprocket is a pair of Profile cranks, and like Matty said, Matt polished these up for us, so they look fantastic. And the size of these cranks is what's important. These are 185 millimeter cranks. Just think about that. What size cranks do you ride right now?
165?
20
millimeters less. That's crazy to think about.
Nuts.
Like, you just spinning them with your hands, or I mean, pedal, like the pedal stroke feels like
an eternity, right?
Feels like you're on stilts. It's a
Yeah.
crazy feeling.
And then attached to the cranks, we have the classic Primo meat tenderizers right here. These, everybody had these. There was like no other pedal to have besides these.
I knew nothing about those,
yeah.
but that literally looks like the meat tenderizer that I have at the house.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were trying to do,
Yeah.
man.
And now I know.
And it will do exactly what it's named after,
your shins?
man. Yeah, be careful, all right, if you're riding these. So, and then we're moving our way up to the seat. And the reason why I went last is because this is not what we wanted on here. Matt, you want to take it away and explain that?
Well, this bike's been sitting at the shop for a little while, and it hasn't made its way here because I've been in search for the seat that Scotty actually wants on this bike.
Which is the Primo Hemorrhoid.
The Primo Hemorrhoid. And I
Classic
have
Primo
tried
Hemorrhoid.
so hard to source this seat. I even got scammed in the process and still haven't gotten it.
Did you get your money back at least?
Yeah, I end up, not from him.
Yeah.
I got it from PayPal or whatever it was because I don't play around, all right? I get the whatever.
How much money did you send out? Did you
I sent him like $100 or something for a Primo Hemorrhoid seat, and it was ripped. Like, it wasn't even in good condition. And the kid scammed me and like sent me some shipping that says like it's gonna be on a pallet. I'm getting a pallet delivered, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, you are the worst human. Like, I can't stand you. So then I went to all these other people. Nobody hits me back. Like, I just can't find it. And we're not even picky with the color, you know? I don't care if it's white. I don't care if it's black. I don't care if it's blue and white. Just give me
I
Hemorrhoid.
do now. Now since I have the bike, I know you were trying
Okay,
to fill
well, now
the
you
void,
have
and
it,
I
but-
would have appreciated what you have, but since I have the bike now, I'm gonna be a little picky on it.
Okay. So
I
gray.
would prefer a more neutral
Or
seat,
black.
like a black one would be.
Even
would
the
be
white
nice.
one. The white
yeah,
one was kind of cool. The
I
white
could
with
work
the
with
black
a white
bottom.
one. Yeah, I think
thought
that
that
could
looks
work.
nice.
I could totally do that.
But
so.
we don't plan on paying $150 for a seat.
We're gonna have to, so it is what it is.
want to, though.
It's
It's
a rare
crazy.
piece, man, and you have to pay for it. But as long as we're able to get the seat
Yeah,
and pay the money,
that
that's
would be
fine.
nice. So let us know if you have one,
Yeah, how do we
because-
set this up? Should we have people message Matty on
Yeah,
Instagram?
You can message me. If you actually have one, just message me. Don't message me if you're trying to scam me. I'm not.
And Maddie's
I
gonna
see
figure it out.
signs,
He
I
knows.
know, I'm good at this. I sell things all the time, all right? Don't play me. I got this, okay? But
So
I'm
we're gonna
looking
put
for a
Matty
seat.
in charge of that one because yeah, he knows. He's
Yeah.
on it. He knows what to look
Real
out for.
BMX people hit me up.
Yeah. So I would love to get a full Primo set up here. I would love to get the Primo seat post, Primo Hemorrhoid seat, and also a Primo seat post clamp. So if anybody has them out there, you know what to do.
Or
Message
Primo.
Matty.
Primo, listen, if you go into your Overstock and you got something, like Primo, please just hit me up. We'll pay. I
would
will pay
love to
real
see-
money to Primo, okay? Whatever you
You'd
want,
love
I'll
to see
pay
a Primo badge, right?
Yeah, that would be perfect. Yes. Mr. Primo, hit me up.
That was so funny, but yes, all things considered, you guys did an amazing job on this, and you guys did what I couldn't, man, and I'm so grateful for it. The fact that you guys did this, it just blows my mind.
Yeah,
And I
is
finally
cool.
have an STA 500, and we're going to keep on putting more work into it, get this thing all finished up, and then Matty is going to film a little bit of like a mid-school video section on it. That's
I didn't
what our
even know
game
this,
plan
and
is.
now I'm so hyped up. Yes, I've got I've got 10 tricks in my head that we could do.
That's what we want to do, a YouTube video when Matty is riding this bike at the skate park, but we're going to make
And
it
hopefully
feel
to Spear
like
Angel
mid-school.
Costa.
Yeah.
Spear Angel Costa, please give us the rights so we can monetize as well. But it's going to be to a song by Spear Angel Costa.
That would be really cool.
And I need to go get a kit.
Yeah, you do. We're going to have fun with
kit
it. We're going to have fun with it. It's going to be pretty epic. So.
Okay. Now I'm excited.
So huge thank you to everyone that made this possible, but especially Matty and BK for getting this bike done. This thing is freaking awesome, and I'm so excited to have this thing complete, but I'm also going to enjoy the process. So if anybody out there has any Primo Stiffy pegs, if anybody has the Primo seat, the Primo C-post, the Primo C-post clamp, we're talking about the hemorrhoid, by the way. We're looking for that specific one. It was a classic seat at the time. To be honest with you, I didn't even enjoy riding it. It kind of hurt, man. They're like, it has like plastic on the edge of it, but it's just what you expect to see on a bike at that time. It really was, man. So I would love to get it on there. So we want to get this bike completed so we can film this video and just have some fun with it. So once again, thank you, Matt, so much. I appreciate it. And guys, we'll see you in the next video. Peace.